Alrighty, folks, we've just suffered a tectonic shift in the housing market. The buying and selling of a home will likely never be the same. My question for the one and only Omar is, are agents freaking out? And I'm sure they are, but how bad on a scale of 1 to 10 are they just losing their minds? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What's up, Michael? Crazy stuff that's happening. Especially with that $418 million settlement, and yeah, I just think that okay, so if we rewind all of this, I mean, sellers have always paid for commissions, and now buyers agents obviously are going to get compensated by the buyer, right? But you won't know you won't know if the seller's even giving any compensation until you have a buyer broker agreement. And we talked about this yesterday. I think it's great because it's going to shake up the tree. And when you shake up the tree, the the people or the bad fruit will fall, right? And then the good stuff stays connected. And that's kind of how I see it. As if you've only been that buyer's agent, um, what do you call it, to just to go literally open a door and make 5, 10, 15, $20,000 by opening a door, there's no real value that you're bringing.
Yeah.
There's no, there's no skill set to, you know, to bring to your client. And I think now the buyer's agent or the real estate professional, because that's literally what you should call yourself,
Mhm.
has to level up their standards, their skill set, their game, their you know,
Yeah.
the conveying of the message. And the crappy, I should say this real fast. The ones that did not work on their skill set and got licensed over the last 3 or 4 years, 5 years, 2020, you could breathe and you have a real estate license and you're making money. Those people are going to be gone, which is great because market share is going to be able to be purchased. Market share
Yeah.
is going to be able to be ethically worked at, and you'll get compensated by a little bit more market share.
Yeah.
And that's how I
It's
see it for the skilled agent.
Yeah, again, it's really interesting. You're a broker, you have agents working for you. This thing dropped Friday. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to guess your phone was already blowing up Friday evening, if not Friday evening, certainly by Saturday. How bananas was Friday and Saturday?
I think it was more bananas on Sunday.
Oh,
Um,
Sunday. Okay.
yeah, because on Saturday, people just started hearing about it. I
Okay.
got messages. But if anything, I was more proactive, and I'm the one that sent the message on
Hmm.
Saturday to say, hey,
Okay.
listen, guys, don't let this scare you. Just understand that you guys are in a good spot. This is why you have to learn how to create better relationships and understand psychology of a seller. Because if you're able to convey the message to a seller, then you're going to be just fine. Um, so I let them know ahead of time. And then on Sunday, like, hey man, so is this really going to happen? Am I not going to be able to get any more commission? Or what are you going to be offering to selling agents to show your houses? And I'm like, it's funny because I thought about that too. It's like I'm gonna create a cool marketing campaign because of how I am, right? Sales and marketing, and that's truly the business. And if you're able to market some way that someone doesn't, you'll
Yeah.
capture more fish, right, in that net of
Yeah, it's
of
so
you folks.
funny you brought that up, that you were looking at this as an opportunity, that your mind went there that fast. I have a whiteboard.
Immediately, yeah.
I have a whiteboard right there. And I'm currently
Uh-huh.
sketching out how I could create a message that basically says, I I will pay buyers agents 3%. I will pay it 3% to buy any great deals in my buy box. Think about it, right? You and I talked last week about buying Vegas. We had no idea this
Right?
was going to drop on Friday. I think it's a great move for me. Think about it. I could tell all the buying agents in Las Vegas, I am looking to buy this buy box. And oh, by the way, dude, I mean, I'm thinking about this in real time. I'm literally just hit me. I will pay a 1% kicker if you get me seller financing. Just think about being somebody who pays buyers agents, because again, because the sellers paid commissions before, in my opinion, there wasn't a lot of buying agents doing hard negotiations. I had to do it. I had to be the negotiator. But now, if you're a buyer, like if you're a shark of a buyer's agent and you know what investors want, you will proactive. Like, think about being a buyer's agent. Let's just say I will buy a condo in this zip code of Vegas, and there's 75 listings. If I'm willing to pay this buyer's agent's 3% plus a 1% kicker, how long does it take them to call 75 listing agents and say, "Hey, would your
Bro.
seller be open? Would your seller be open? I mean, they would do that for me in a heartbeat, right? Just think about how I could use this and how I could find more great deals. I think this is great. The more I'm thinking about it, this is awesome.
What's crazy, Michael? Your brain went there, right? My brain went there this weekend, and then I started talking to the crew on Monday, which yesterday at 9 o'clock, and we went over all of this, saying like it's not about what just happened; it's what you're going to do with that just happened. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, because think about it. We have a slogan, your home solar will buy it for cash." So that's already there, and it's imprinted. People know it's been me for a long time. And then the other side, buyer side, if you're not completely satisfied with your purchase, within 18 months, we'll buy it back or sell it for free. No other buyer's agent does that either, right? So now there's one more thing that's going, and I even talked about it yesterday, saying, me being a seller as a flipper, right?
Mm.
I'm gonna say, hey, go ahead and sell my house. I will give you up to 3% on a great offer to buyer's agents. Don't worry about the agent, or don't worry about the buyer paying the agent. I'll pay you. And then he literally is like, and as I'm an investor, I was like, you don't think we're going to be pushing it out there saying that, hey, we will give you commission. Don't worry about it. Give me a great deal.
Yeah.
You just clarified it with the buy box. I didn't say that. I just said, hey, if it's
Yeah.
a deal that I want to buy, I'll pay you 3%. Like,
No, I think if you're a buyer's agent, I really think this is going to be a thing. Like, you should be talking to more investors. Like, again, I'm looking to buy cash flow, like positive cash flow properties in Las Vegas. I will pay agents a 1% kicker on top of the 3% for a great deal with seller financing. Now, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Very easy. Typically, seller financing, I can do less down. It is typically a faster transaction.
10% down.
Yeah, I'll get a lower interest rate. So again, if you're a Las Vegas agent, you're worried about your livelihood, go find a bunch of investors, figure out what they want, and start picking up the phone. Because before, agents wouldn't really beat up the sellers. Now, again, I'll buy a condo in Vegas that cash flows in a couple of zip codes. All right, I'm just making this up as an example. And obviously he's got to certain numbers. We could talk about all of that. But if you get me seller financing, I will give you a kicker. Like, well, let's reward effort. Like, before,
For your
anybody that
job
could
well
breathe,
done.
yeah, anybody that could breathe could be a buyer's agent. It was easy.
Yeah.
Now, the buyer's agent's got to hunt, but I'm telling you where to hunt. Go make 75 phone calls on all the listed properties. And oh, by the way, if you're a really good buyer's agent, go buy PropStream and go hunt for every condo that's owned free and clear and call them. Right? This could be good.
It's going to be game changing for people that want to work. Okay.
Yes.
This is the difference. People have to put in that work, because you just said something, and it's something that, like, okay, you just said, hey, go to PropStream, find out all the people that don't have any debt on their property, get with them, go door knock them, Mr. Agent, and say, hey, listen, are you open to a seller finance? Are you open to selling your condo? Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And if hey, so you're reverse engineering it, you already got a buyer in place, but you got to go put that work in to go and door knock, to go in
again,
and get yourself in front of people.
Yeah, in the old model, the goal was to get listings, because then you had the asset. Now, buyers who are willing to pay you full freight plus a bonus are the scarce resources. So figure out what they want. And again, if you're a professional agent, you're committed to doing 40 to 50 hours of work. And the other great thing, this is another amazing thing. This is so awesome the more I think about this. most real estate agents today give up evenings and weekends.
Yeah,
But now if you're
they
a
do.
buyer's agent for me, you can work 8 to 5
Bring it.
Monday through Friday. But your weekends are open. I'm not going to ask you to work on the weekend. What do I care? Right? If you want to make door
That's
knock
your
and make
extra
phone
credit,
calls,
though.
yeah, no, it's extra credit.
Yes.
But you could door knock like while your kids are in school. You could, you can make phone calls while your kids are in school. You don't have to go, oh, mom's got to go or dad's got to go do an open house on Saturday because that's the only time shoppers come. No, I got this buyer list. They're hunting. I could do door knocks. I could do emails. I mean, the more you think about it, the buyer's agents that have investors with proven buy boxes and a bonus and incentive structure, you could freaking make more money, right? Most home buyers buy one or two
Oh,
homes in their life.
big time.
I'm willing to pay buyer's agents in Vegas. I could do a dozen deals tomorrow if I wanted to. Let's go. Let's figure out, what cash flows and seller financing. And I mean, this could be pretty powerful, I think.
This is going to be, I think it's going to be awesome because you said it's going to be for sure powerful for the people that actually sat back and start writing some stuff down on what can they bring to the marketplace, what kind of value you're going to be bringing based
Value.
on like literally it's all value. Like what are buyers going to be paying you for?
Yeah.
Like if I'm an
Yeah.
investor, which we are,
Oh
if
yeah.
somebody says, "Hey Omar, I got a deal, check this out, but would you mind paying me 2% or 2.5%?" Because I guarantee you,
Yeah.
majority of commission, the buyer side commission side or the buyer side commission will end up being less than the industry standard right now. Okay,
Oh, for
and right
sure.
now it's 2%. It's going to probably go to 1.5 or 1%, the bottom of the barrel, right? And yes, listing agents are probably going to take the listings at 4 or 5% and only offer one and keep majority, which I get that's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So what kind of value are you going to bring? Bring me a deal. I give you three. I just 3x your income by you
Absolutely.
working a little bit more.
Yeah. And again, it's all work they're comfortable with,
Uh-huh.
right? I'm not asking you to do anything new. I'm
Nope.
just asking you to ask me some questions, get my buy box, pull up your listings, get some technology like PropStream to go figure out again, because I think seller again, if you're a buyer's agent, this is going to be like buyer's agents in my mind, the more I think about this, really set themselves up like wealth managers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Set up a flat fee structure for certain activities, set up different kickers based on performance. I mean, I'll say it right here, right now. You found me a great, like, let's just do something really nuts. You're a buyer's agent. You find somebody
Okay.
that's willing to sell an entire portfolio of 20 condos or homes in Vegas. You bring that to me,
Wow.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only, I mean, again, if we set it up right, not only if it works out for me, I will give you the 3%. I'll give you a 1% kicker. And then if the deal's good enough, maybe I do another 1%. I do not mind working out with a buyer's agent a reward structure. And the key is that agent is now going to hunt and negotiate harder for me. I don't have to negotiate as hard as I used to. I'm going to say, hey, you want that extra percent? Well, my cash on cash has got to be 11%. But if you get it, great,
Damn.
let's go.
I like that. Cash on cash, 11%. Bring me that number and I'll pay you what you
An
need.
extra percent. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You get a bonus for seller financing. You get a bonus for some hurdle rate. You get a bonus for 30-year. I mean, I could create all kinds of bonuses. Like if you get seller financing 1%, you know what? If you get me seller financing with a 30-year term, I'll give you a $1,000 bonus. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. I mean, we can create a whole menu, and buyer's agents could be, dude, I could end up paying a buyer's agent more than they've ever been paid on a transaction. Just think about
That's
that.
great. They get 4 or 5% because they
Yeah.
did some work.
Yeah. Because they brought me a great deal in my buy box. How cool is that?
And you know what it does too, Michael? It also allows and which I get majority of buyer agents are not going to take the advice or take what they just did and implement it for themselves. but it does allow the buyer's agent to get more knowledgeable.
Yeah. Dude, Jake, got to skill up. You're a hybrid investor, hybrid real estate agent. You've got to be hybrid. If you're not hybrid now, you're going broke. You're out of business.
You have to do it all, man. You really
Mm.
do. You can't just be singly focused. I mean, you
Dude,
can if it's
yeah.
certain things, but yeah.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. It's going to wash out, like you said. I think there's 20%, 25% less agents in a year. I do think the good ones get stronger. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you got if like I would almost create a team focused on investors. I mean, just play this out in your mind. All right, we're gonna become killers as buyers agents. Let's go look at PropStream or whatever technology and figure out all the investors in my market. How many real estate agents today know all the investors? Zero. How many of you buyers agents should know all the investors tomorrow? All of you. How many of you will? Almost none. But if you do, and then you create a Rolodex of buy boxes for all your various agents, and then you start hunting and you have this reward structure set up, you could make more money. And oh, by the way, if you really vet your investors, we close faster. We are more flexible than just a home
Mhm.
buyer. I mean, this could be game changing. It really
Big.
could.
It's going to be a game changer. It's gonna be the game changer for sure. This is cool
Yeah.
because we can go on and on about this, Michael, about um, figuring out different ideas or strategies about what just happened. And that's the thing. It's like there's a quote, and I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to try.
Hmm.
But it's where did I hear this at? If you're not, and I'm not going to quote it, but if you don't find a way to adapt in things like this that just happened, you're going to just be on the default side, and most likely
Yeah.
default side is not going to get you where you want to go.
Yeah. Life happens. Life is hard. You've got to look at this opportunity is how to separate, how to be different, how to add value. This tectonic
100%.
shift it's a tectonic shift. The world will be different. Home buying and selling will be different. You can either adapt or you can get run over. There you go.
Adapt. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? I had to pull this up, and I gotta say it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change and adapt, which is by Charles Darwin. Like
There you go.
literally, like I knew it was there and I just couldn't bring it, so I had to figure it out right now. Sorry.
There you go. Charles Darwin for the win. Omar, somebody wanted to
Yeah.
buy or sell a home. Somebody wanted to join an amazing team. How do they find you?
Guys, follow me on IG at Invest with Omar, and or my website omaralfaro.com.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.